All right, you know what time it is. Once again, as usual, time's right about that time. Note to self time already, motherfucking. If you don't know, well, now you know, bitch. Straight into it. Let's do this motherfucking shit. Straight into it. Let go. I'm just gonna go straight for the jugular. I got a motherfucking problem with the shit that LadyLa did on her live stream a couple of days back, talking shit about Tommy's daughter. That shit wasn't cool. It was disrespectful. It was uncalled for. It was in poor taste, and it was lacking in integrity. Her actions. This is not something that I would expect from her. What would make her want to talk shit about Tommy's daughter? And do not get me wrong, this is not a video defending Tommy Sotomayor. And you can talk shit about him all you want to, but I don't know what his daughter did to be called all these names, to be called ugly, to be called all this shit. I guess I'm just disappointed. I think that's just something, it was out of her character to do something like that. I just don't even know where I'm going to start. Why would she even do that? And see, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with LadyLa. I have no beef with her at all. And in fact, I support her show and shit like that. I show her love in the comment section whenever I can. But this shit is just one thing that I can't co-sign. I can't rock with this. Now, this changes nothing. I'll still support LadyLa and shit. And I'll still be a fan and shit. But I just don't like the way she handled that situation. There was other ways for her to handle it in a more constructive way than her going off on his child. Tommy and LadyLa have been going at it for about a year, a little bit over a year now. And I'm not just going to choose one side over another just because they both had a falling out and shit. You know what I mean? And listen, here's the thing. I understand why LadyLa would talk shit about Tommy's child the way he did because, the way she did because, you know, she had said that there was this video that she had seen about Tommy talking about her son. Tommy Sotomayor talked about LadyLa's son, which wasn't right. It was in poor taste, and I don't think it was something that he should have said either. So in my opinion, I feel like they were both wrong for bringing up each other's kids. What LadyLa had did was a response to Tommy talking about her son. So she then retaliated talking about his daughter. I understand the eye for an eye, so I'm not even mad at her for talking shit about his daughter. My thing is, I don't agree with what she did. I understand it, but I don't agree with it. I think that there's other ways it could have been handled. My thing is, if you honestly believe that talking about kids was wrong, you wouldn't have done that shit to anybody's child, no matter whose kid it was. And you were the same person who tried to defend Tommy's daughter from True Freeman talking shit about Tommy's daughter. You know you were dead wrong with what you did. And even if what Tommy said about your son wasn't even all that bad, your son shouldn't have been mentioned in any capacity because supposedly he had said that he had got the joke of Lady La's son being gay from Candy. I don't know exactly how true that is or not, but her son should not have been mentioned. So at the end of the day, he talked about your son, you talked about his daughter. That's an eye for an eye, and that's something that I can understand. And because I can't dictate how a person should or shouldn't respond or how they are going to feel about their child being attacked or their level of offense, I can't really be mad at her for doing what it is she did. And I understand, but I just wish that the situation could have been handled much better as grown adults. But that's not even my real issue with her. Or that's not even my real issue with what she did. My real issue with what LadyLa did in regards to Tommy was the simple fact that all of the shit that you were talking about Tommy, you and Tommy having y'all back and forth beef, talking shit about each other, all of the things that you mentioned about him have all been recent shit that he has done today. With the whole Sugar Shade incident and all this other shit. I understand you talking shit about this man from recent events. Y'all guys having y'all back and forth from that standpoint. But what I don't understand is that video that you're pulling up of Tommy supposedly talking shit about your son and calling him gay. You do realize that you pulled a video. That video that you talk shit about, that video that he talked shit about you and your son, that video was made 4 months ago. And it's not like he hid it. It's not like he, said the shit behind your back and fucked around and took the video down. What you're going off on Tommy about was it's not some recent shit. This video was like 3-4 months ago. Why the fuck are you choosing now to respond to some shit 4 months ago? I'm not saying you can't talk your shit. I'm not saying you can't respond to this dude. I'm not even saying that you couldn't even talk about his child or whatever if he talked about yours. What I'm saying is, why wait so long to respond to the video? And it's not like you didn't know anything about it. With as much snooping as you do along these YouTube streets, somebody who was a fan of yours was bound to give you the video at some point in time, and you probably could have seen it then. So I'm not understanding why are you like this response that you're making now should have been the response that you made 4 months ago when he was talking his shit about you. This is a long time ago. Why didn't you respond to it when he was talking his shit? This just seems like this this just seems like you're picking at old scabs. Like if you get cut and in time the cut heals and you pick at the scab to make it bleed again. That's what you're doing. Like, and this isn't a video of me shitting on you or trying to shit on you or anything. I'm just really trying to inquire, like, because I just don't understand. Like, you've been going back and forth with dude. He's been going back and forth with you. Y'all have been talking shit about each other. And you mean to tell me that you just now saw the video of him talking shit about your son? About 3, 4 months ago that he made this video, and you're making a response to it today, and then you go off on his child? Why did you decide now to watch the video? Why didn't you watch it months ago? And what would have been your response 4 months ago had you seen the video? Would this have been your same response? Or are you just picking at old scabs? Did you know about the video all along and you were trying not to watch it because you were afraid that that's what your reaction would have been? Like, what is going on with you? That right there that I saw, it was out of character in my opinion. Like, why did you go back? And do not get me wrong. I'm not saying to not defend your son. I'm not saying to not talk your shit. I'm not saying not to go to fuck off. I'm not saying not to, not to get down to the nitty gritty. I'm not saying any of that shit. All I'm saying is, why are you watching the video? Why are you now watching the video after all this time? And I could have sworn she said she couldn't even get herself to watch a video like that. What made you now decide to watch the video when it seemed to me like tensions were dying out? And y'all just got through stopped talking about each other. And y'all just stopped talking about each other. It's like she opened up Pandora's box with this shit, man. You know how many fucking YouTube careers Tommy has ended with his fucking ethers and shit, man? Lately in 2020, Tommy has been more tame, more cool, calm, and collected. Back when that nigga was on his 2013, 2012 shit, man, that nigga was fire with the ethers, man. You gonna fuck around and bring that old Tommy back, man. Don't fuck around and, wake up a sleeping giant and shit, man. And for what I've seen, LadyLa, she's an excellent roaster as well. She with the shits too. But if Tommy get back on his 2012 shit, oh my God. I just don't know. I just don't like where this shit is going because now it just seems like shit has gotten a little bit too personal. The both of you guys should just stick with roasting each other. Keep y'all kids out of this shit. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. LadyLa, I don't have a problem with you talking your shit. And if Tommy talked about your son, I guess I understand the fact that you talk about his daughter, calling her all types of ugly bitches and whatever. I guess I could understand that to a certain extent. I don't agree to it, and it should have been handled better on both sides. But if you knew all along he made those videos about your son first, and for whatever reason you feel you refuse to see those videos, and so much time has passed since then, why are you trying to retroactively go back to watch videos from months ago of him doing what it is that he did in regards to talking about your kid when you said you were going to let it go? You can't retroactively go back picking at old scabs just so the wound can bleed again when you should have done something about it when the wound was fresh. And don't give me that, oh, well, you didn't know about it. Because with as much snooping as you do along these YouTube streets, you knew something. Or one of your fans sent you the video. And I'm trying to be as understanding about this as possible. If you refuse to see the video for whatever reason, you should have let it go. You should have let it in the past. You got all types of people in these YouTube streets talking shit about family members, kids, families, whatever the fuck. Some of those people still squash beef and shake hands and whatever the fuck. And I'm not saying that you and Tommy have to be cool. But what I am saying is y'all guys can fuck around and go your own separate ways. Because you can make content without him. And you don't need him to get views. As someone who watches your content, I've seen your channel grow to where you're able to get the desired views without him. So I feel like at the end of the day, you, Tommy, and everyone else should all just go back to what they were doing. Tommy's daughter did not deserve to be called out of her name, and neither did your son deserve to be brought inside of a situation between two grown adults, especially with the simple fact of him having his sexuality questioned. And that's all I gotta say about that. You already know what it is, man. It's the underdog motherfucking soldier, and I approve this message.